So, hey guys, Laura Khan's here, Big L from the Bronx with,
Truth from Staten Island.
and we're at Cuzzin Joes Pizzeria on Midland Ave
Yeah, Midland Ave.
in Staten Island, New York.
Yeah,
What
the best pizza in Staten Island right here. I don't care. Danino's, Lee's Tavern. All props to all those guys. This is my favorite slice on Staten Island.
What'd you get?
Plain.
What'd I get?
We got a vodka slice with mushrooms.
Love it.
And
This
peas.
is like pasta and peas, right?
Well, traditional vodka sauce is supposed to come with peas.
Is it?
Yeah, that's traditionally it's made with pancetta and peas. But a lot of places took the peas out and replaced the pancetta with bacon.
But isn't there also a leech in there?
Well,
Oh my God, why can't I think of the name of it? Sardines.
oh,
Don't you put sardines in
not
it?
sardine, anchovies.
Anchovies.
No. You know,
No?
anchovies is in Caesar dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Very small.
Very, very
Yeah,
small.
yeah.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, so this is great. I'm excited. So just let me start by thanking you for your time to sit down and do this with me. This has been, I feel like a little while. We've been trying to get to do this, and
All in divine timing.
absolutely. So I'm so appreciated because I know you're a busy guy, family,
Yes.
your music career, all that good stuff
Right.
going on. So
It's good to be busy.
absolutely, absolutely. So, so tell me, so what are you working on right now? What projects do you have going on? What are you passionate about right now?
Right now, Bad Fellas just released in the beginning of the summer. So we're in August now. I have a solo project that I've been working on. I have some heavy featured artists on this project coming out. I don't have a date for it yet. I don't know when I want to release it. I want to let Bad Fellas run its course and just in the meantime keep stacking up music, and when the time is right I'll drop another project. But right now I'm just working on music.
I love it. I love it. All right, cool. So when did you fall in love with hip hop, rap,
Oh.
that culture?
Well, being from New York, you're exposed to hip hop
Yeah.
at an early age. You know, it's all over. So, you know, I was young. I loved the storytelling. I loved the pain and the passion, and you know, it was something that I was able to use. I was already writing before I discovered my lane in hip hop. I was already writing stories and poems and stuff. So I was already interested in the writing aspect, and then the music. Hip hop. I was like a little kid, 12, 13 years old, and that was it. I just loved hip hop.
Do you remember the first song you heard that got you hooked?
No, but I remember a time. I think I do remember the first song. It was a time period. It was right when Biggie Smalls passed away. When Biggie passed away, that "I'll Be Missing You"
Yeah.
Puff Daddy song was
Yeah.
all over the place, and it was such a powerful song.
Yeah.
You know, it was a big record, and it was a tribute to his friend, and that's what really drew me in to finding hip hop. And so what was that, 96?
Yeah, I think so.
96 Biggie passed away. So that
Yeah.
was what got me like to start researching and like going, and I want to hear this Biggie guy, and who is this?
Yeah.
Because I only was able to see what was on TV at the time, like MTV and stuff like that. So it was really just whatever was on TV and whatever was on the radio that I could listen to, because my parents weren't bringing me to the record store to buy, you know, rap albums
Right.
when I was a kid.
So were you, like, was music a part of your family, or is it just like, yeah?
Yeah, my uncle actually is a musician, and he's in the late 80s, early 90s. He was gonna get signed to a record deal with, I forget which company, and he was supposed to go on tour with a real big band in Europe, and he turned it down. He turned down the contract and walked away from music. because the money that he was going to make while he was away on tour wasn't going to be enough money to take care of his family back here.
Oh.
So he had to make the choice, and his band went on without him, and he didn't go.
So he just
Gave it up.
That was it.
Yeah, gave it up pursuing it as a career.
Wow.
So he just gave it up, and that was it. But he's my biggest musical influence, because even as a kid, I would go over, I'd watch him play the drums, and he got me into the keyboard. I would play the keyboard as a kid, and melodies, and he's what got me really into the music.
And did your family, your parents, like, were they supportive of this, or they were just like?
Yeah, always. My father was my biggest fan. My father's always supported me, and always, never did I have like someone say this is stupid, or you shouldn't be doing this, or no.
Yeah, because that's so important, right? Like, you don't.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to have that battle at home with somebody,
right.
and you coming home and you're doing what you love to do, but and then you come home and you're arguing or battling with someone in your home because you're doing what you love to do. So that's I don't know what that's like, because I didn't have that. I had all support, all good, and it helped that there was actual talent. Like, there's a level of talent and ability there, so the potential was always there. So thank God for my father being able to recognize that potential, and growing up with his brother, he's seen it. He's kind of seen what the music business is, and he's had a little taste. So it wasn't like, don't do this is wrong. It was all good.
No, that's so good. So what is your background? So you're full Italian.
I'm half Italian and half Puerto Rican.
Okay.
My father was born in Sicily.
Oh, okay.
He's actually on the Bedfellows album, on the song Caruso. He's speaking in Italian in the beginning of the song.
Is he?
That's my father.
Oh, very cool.
He was born in Sicily. I'm a first generation American.
Okay.
And my mother was a Puerto Rican chick from Far Rockaway.
Okay.
So my father had a pizzeria out there, and that's how they met.
Very cool. So, like, was Italian, were you raised?
I was raised Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was raised more Italian than anything, because my mother passed away when I was young.
Oh.
So I was mostly with my father's side of the family. So I was raised with the whole Italian culture and Italian background, and the food and the holidays.
Sundays
Sundays. I was raised that way.
Antipasto, the wine. They do homemade wine?
Yes, of course.
Oh my God, that wine gets you fucked up. Let me tell you.
My uncle made us moonshine once that had us on the floor. Moonshine, straight up, homemade moonshine. Frank, you got napkins, boy? Yeah. Please.
So now, how is your music career? So you have your wife, right? You're married. Has that had an effect on your marriage?
It was tough and like at first, because so my wife, we know each other since we were 16. We were little kids. I used to chase her in school. I used to chase her in school. She didn't want nothing to do with me. So she always knew. She always knew who I was. She always knew what I did, the music. She always, that every party she would see me freestyling. She knows. And then we got together, and I was still kind of chasing the passion, chasing the dream when we got together. But then she got pregnant. So I had to stop, because I had to make a choice. I was either gonna chase this dream and couch surf, or I was gonna put my life together and set myself up for when my son was born.
Yeah.
And I chose to put the music on the back burner, and I went to work. I started providing for her and my son.
Yeah.
And that was it. So it was a little tough when I got back into it now, because now we're like 8 years later.
Oh, okay.
So there was a 6-year difference between when I found out that I was going to be a father and I started doing music again, because I took 6 years. I didn't do any music.
Were you writing? Were you doing?
I was writing the whole time. That was like my thing. I get home from work, and when everybody was full asleep, I would, smoke a joint and
Yeah.
write my music. And that's what I did. But I wasn't actively pursuing. I wasn't going out. I wasn't recording. I wasn't doing anything. So, after I work in the elevator union in New York City. So I got a good job.
Mhm.
The money's good.
Yeah.
Our home life is good.
Yeah.
Now I have some time where I'm like, and a little bit of money to say, all right, well, what do I want to do with myself now? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm getting older and I haven't really chased any of my dreams, so I decided to start doing music again. And getting back into it was a little difficult for her because I am good and I am someone that like a female could see like a future in me, like like a gold digger could see me as a meal ticket, I guess, because maybe I am going, maybe I won't make it, maybe I won't, but from the outside looking in, there could be girls out there that might be like, let me try and get him, and we had our conversations about it, and now she comes to all the shows, she comes to most of the videos, she comes out.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm like,
You're hiding.
No,
anything.
no,
Yeah,
no.
That's so great.
no, I can't.
Yeah. No. That's so good.
Yeah.
So, quarantine. How did you, her family go through that? How did it affect your writing, your everything? Like, were you more creative with it?
The only thing that changed with the quarantine or the lockdown was I got laid off,
Yeah.
so now I had more time.
Okay.
So I had more time to do music.
Mhm.
I had more time to create music, to record music. I had more time now to focus on this.
Mhm.
And that's when me and Frank, we put together the Bedfellows project. It's because I had all this time. So without the quarantine, without the lockdown, I don't know if I would have actually got this project done.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it actually worked out for me in a way because, like I said, it gave me the ability to focus on the music because I was laid off from work. So I didn't have to get up every day and go to work and come home and be tired and force myself to do music or force myself to sit down and write. So I was able to really focus and make music at my leisure. And I got into a super creative space and I just started making all these records, and that's when we put together the Bedfellows project.
So Frank, how did you guys hook up? Do you know each other? Because like you
We
guys
don't
have
know each other.
Crazy chemistry.
Yeah, I know.
It's like,
It's crazy. We didn't know each other before. We just met each other a year ago, like a little over a year ago. Yeah, we just met each other because we have a lot of mutual friends, like a lot of people. So when the Soul Brooklyn Challenge came out, Casanova had this song called Soul Brooklyn. All right, so the Brooklyn Challenge came out and everybody started remixing it and doing I'm so this, I'm so that, I'm so Queens, I'm so Staten. So he did So Brooklyn and I did So Staten, and everybody our mutual friends were sending each of our shit back and forth to each other. So like I had like a whole bunch of people send me his shit, he had a whole bunch of people send me my shit, and his cousin Stevie, it was actually like the catalyst. It was like, yo, you guys gotta get together. And then we did a record for my spring project about a little over a year ago. We did the spring project, and then I had the idea one day. After talking back and forth and seeing like we were a lot alike, and we had a lot of same perspective and values and life and shit. Like I had this idea one day because I never liked. Not that I never liked, but I never thought that Italian rappers in hip hop were ever given a true
agreed.
And that's no disrespect to
No,
the other Italian rappers.
No.
I know.
No.
I know.
Because are there any that are really mainstream?
None
right?
of them really.
None that I could think of.
None of them really made it, and this is not a knock to
No.
anybody in specific because I already know that there's a ton of them out there that can't stand me. I don't give a fuck if you don't like me or not. At the end of the day, Italian rappers that run with that Italian rap gimmick have always come off to me a little corny, a little bit too much satire. It's too like of a gimmick. It's too much. It's too much of the ayo, and I just never thought that it came off the right way, and I wanted to change that. So Frank, being an Italian kid from Brooklyn, I had the idea one day. The Badfellas project was initially supposed to be us as Italian rappers making fun of the other Italian rappers. We were gonna come off, so that's why we called ourselves the Badfellas, because we weren't gonna be good fellas. We were gonna make fun of the whole thing, and we kind of do. In space, like the song "My Cousin" is not. That's a comedy, right? That's a comical relief for the album. That record that wasn't to be taken literal. We were like, it was almost like a funny, like, making fun of the whole, hey, oh, that's my cousin thing. And it came off dope because the record was hard and the beat was dope, and it worked out. So that was the whole initial idea. So I FaceTimed him one day and I gave him the idea, and we just started dying laughing about how funny we could, spitting bars back and forth to each other about how funny we could be with it. Yeah. And during the course of the creative process, not that we didn't necessarily, like, on purpose, like, intentionally change the direction. We just started making music, and whatever we felt like was good enough, we kept, and whatever we didn't feel like was good enough, we put on the side. And that's where we came to with the Badfellas. We had the Badfellas beat, Fuck You Pay Me, Funny How,
love that. Yeah.
Right, the Funny How record, and My Cousin, and these are all solid, good records, and it worked out. Yeah. It worked out, but that was the initial thing. Like, we just never felt like Italian rappers. We were always looked at as like man, a funny Italian guy. Yeah. We didn't want to be that. There is Italians that grow up in bad neighborhoods that have to go through. I lived in Stapleton. I had to swipe my EBT at the corner store. I had to cop nickel bags in the projects. I had to get warrants in the mail in Stapleton. That was my address. I didn't grow up on the South Shore. I didn't grow up with a nice family with Sunday dinners every single Sunday, and I was in and out of the system. So there's that side of the Italian kids too. So I wanted to show that side. I didn't want to come off corny or gimmicky. No,
but I don't think you do at all. I think it's phenomenal. I love how you use the background to all the movies and all that stuff. So, like, I don't know if I ever told you my story. So I grew up in Morris Park in the Bronx, all Italian neighborhood, single parent. My dad was affiliated. My stepdad was affiliated. He was verbally abusive to my mom. Like, I tell the story how, 2:00 in the morning, I'd wake up and there's the dining room table, all men sitting around. There's my mother serving, they're playing poker, go on to meet a gentleman. He was a drug addict. I was 180th Street and Tremont Avenue looking for him in the crack houses. So, to me, I was listening to hip hop because everything that they were saying, it was like,
you were going through it.
Right.
Yeah, you related to it.
Totally. And it's like you said, like, all my friends, they had both parents, everything was a solid home, and out of all my friends, I just sat with the hip hop. Tupac, Dear Mama, like, all these songs were like just so, and here I am, this cute little white girl, and everybody's like, you listen to that?
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's just how you grow up.
So
this
it resonates with you,
right?
So you're a product of your environment.
Totally. So I get it. I get it, and I totally appreciate it. But I love that you're shedding light on the Italian community in that positive way, because I feel that there needs to be more of that.
When we were talking about it initially, like I said, there's no disrespect to any of the artists that came before me. Mm-hmm. It's just that I never resonated with those guys, and I was an Italian kid, and I just couldn't. It's either I didn't believe them, I didn't believe what they were saying,
right,
or what they were saying was corny.
But I don't. But who
So-
who was there?
There's a whole
Because I
bunch
don't
of them.
remember-
I'm not gonna sit here and throw no names out.
Got it.
But there's been a bunch of those guys that have come before me, and it never resonated with me because I was from a bad neighborhood. I came from the hood. That's where
Yeah.
I grew up. That's where I lived. That's where I fought every day in the everyday struggle. And I'm not talking about like fought with guns in my hands and drugs, and I'm talking about I fought with a struggle to get myself out of there and get myself into a better position in life. So I'm not saying that I didn't fight with my hands and my guns and that was all part of the process.
Right.
But so where I was listening to Lloyd Banks and Stack Bundles and Jadakiss and Cassidy, these artists that grew up the way that I was growing up, I couldn't relate to the other Italian rappers because that wasn't me. I didn't believe it. So I needed to tell my own side, and Frankie too needed to tell his own side as well. So, and that's what we did. And that was one of the things that we spoke about. Like, Frank, we didn't want this to come off corny or gimmicky or anything. The most gimmicky part about this whole thing was the album cover with the two of us in the Goodfellas,
Yeah, oh, it's great.
poster. That was the only thing that was part of it. That was just to grab the attention. Oh, what's this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was just clickbait almost.
I like
to get
it.
people to want to see what is that.
Yeah.
And it worked. It's been working. So Bad Fellas is at 500,000 streams.
Awesome. Amazing.
Thank you.
So let me ask you something. Did you ever have a threesome with your wife?
No.
Ah! Did you ever ask her for one?
No.
Okay.
Somebody asked us once.
Really?
A girl.
And?
We didn't do it. We could have. We didn't do it because not that I didn't want to do it, or it's just there's a some things you can't come back from, right? So sometimes when you open a door, you cannot now say I don't want to do this, or I don't feel comfortable, or this is not what I thought it was going to be, and then turn around and walk back through that door. So some things you can't come back from, and that's one of those things I think, in my opinion, that with the woman that you love, with the man that you love, the mother, father of your children, that for one like crazy night of passionate sex with another individual,
Yeah.
if it doesn't live up to your expectations, then it's going to be a bitter moment in your relationship, and something, oh, you never looked at me that way, or yo, you never did that with me, or
Oh, you really thought about
well,
that,
because I've had the opportunity. So, and to sit here and think about it, we had a discussion, and we came to a mutual agreement that we didn't want to cross that threshold. We didn't want to open that door,
Yeah.
because then what else
Yeah.
comes after that? Like, what does this become a regular thing? Do we now strike a relationship with this person? Is it just one time?
Yeah.
You know, what happens if you're in a room alone with her somewhere and I'm passed out? Do you get to now sleep with that woman? So there was a lot of listen, I'm not a prude, and I'm not old-fashioned by any means. I've had women in my life come and go, but sex is supposed to be an exchange of energy, right? So when you give yourself, like, and not a lot of people think this way, so not a lot of people are going to understand what I'm about to say.
Go ahead.
So when you're
I get it.
sharing yourself on a sexual level with somebody,
Uh-huh.
you're exchanging energy with this person. And no matter how good looking or how lust respectful you feel of this person,
Absolutely.
there is still could be a negative energy exchange, whether you know it or realize it or not. Just sleeping with anybody is not okay. There needs to be some type of emotional connection, some type of. I was never one for the one night stand shit either. Not that I haven't had one, but for me, it was like I enjoyed the thrill of the hunt.
Yeah.
Right? Like hunting my prey.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the wine and dine thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would do the romantic thing, the dinner, the movies, the third date, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I never had an expectation of when this woman was going to, if she don't sleep with me on the next date, then I'm done. I enjoyed that because there was craving.
Something to wait for, something to
Well,
like
you start craving.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so you were married, right?
Yes.
Okay, so.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
If you went a week, week and a half without sleeping with your husband, wouldn't you start rubbing on a couple days, let's say? Wouldn't you start like
When things were good, yes.
rubbing your tail on them or touching them as you walk by? You get that crave.
Yes. When things were good.
And then, I'm not saying.
Well,
of
because
course
then when
you're
things were
divorced
bad,
for
I
a
was like, get the
reason.
fuck out of
Right,
here.
you're divorced-
I was like, don't come near me.
Right, you're divorced for a reason. So, but what I'm saying is, like, you build up that intensity, and when it builds, it's a much better exchange. It's a
Absolutely.
much better exchange than just a fucking 10, 15 minute quickie. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because
yeah.
you actually sit there, there's foreplay. There's foreplay all day long.
Right,
like, you're
right.
just kissing on each other,
Yeah.
touching, slapping the ass as you're walking by. That's all part of that build up, and then it builds up, and then you guys have an intense, passionate energy exchange, and that's
Exactly.
much better than just a quickie in the bathroom in a club or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Listen, no doubt. I like the way you think.
so.
I love it. No, you're 150% right. But I think that today, and maybe because I don't know, because you're married, but I find that guys today, they're like so quick, and I'm not like that. I'm like, yo, listen, you're not getting in so quick, my friend.
Girls today are just as quick.
This is what I hear,
They're just as quick.
and
You
I'm
don't
like,
have
is this
to,
crazy?
because the 20-year-olds, the 20s
Yeah.
today, have grown up in a world where everything is sexualized.
Yeah.
Sex is on TV, sex is in cartoons, sex is all over the place. It's glorified, and it's made, everything is sexualized, everything is made okay. So women today, when we were younger and we were growing up, it was a bad thing if you lost your
You
virginity.
make that motherfucker wait.
It was a bad thing if you lost your virginity before you were 16, or it was like a bad thing to be
Yes.
sleeping with people when you were a teenager. 16, 17, 18, that's when sexual experiences started. Now it's 13, 14, 15, because what we see is making it okay.
Absolutely.
So
But
they grow up more comfortable, so women are more comfortable just giving it up.
I feel that no matter, listen,
I think men have always been quick,
totally.
always.
Totally, but I think that the women, girls today, and I'm not in any way knocking them if that's what it is, but this is like my problem. It's like women are out there dashing men and da 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 because he did this and he did that. But I'm like, honey, make that motherfucker wait a little bit. If you're going out on a date with him and you're sleeping with him immediately, I don't care if we're in today and 30 years from now. I feel that the men still have a little bit of that old school mentality. If he's getting over on the first date, you didn't make him wait.
There's no respect there, because if you don't respect your own self, so wait, because you don't even know him.
Right. And if
So-
that's what you want, if that's what you're looking for, God bless. But don't come back and say, well, he did this to me.
Right. You set the precedence.
Right.
Before
Exactly.
the night even started, before the relationship started, you slept with him on the first day.
Exactly.
I'm not saying there has never been a successful relationship that followed from a one-night stand, but what I'm saying is that the standard should not be right away everybody just fucking each other.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But the world we live in, and that's why I choose to stay in my healthy relationship, and that's why I said no to the threesome. Why? Because we were fucking getting high and fucking hanging out, and we might have made an irrational decision. That's why I said no, and we had the conversation the next day, and when we were sober, and when we broke it down, it's pointless because we can't undo that.
Right.
So, no. I've never had a threesome.
All right.
With my wife.
That's good. What's your favorite childhood memory?
Damn.
Off the top of your head?
Yeah. First thing that came to mind was fishing with my father. That was one.
Wow.
That was the first thing that I thought of when you said childhood memories. Fishing with my father, driving my father in his car. Anything that had to do with my father was always a good memory for me as a kid. My father was a good father. He is a good father. He is a good father. He's my favorite person in the world. Anything
What's
like
his
that.
name?
Working in. His name is Mario.
And you're Mario.
Yeah.
Right, I didn't even ask you your real name.
Yeah.
Do you want to put that out there?
I don't care.
Mario.
I'm Mario.
Hi, Mario.
Hi. So my father, anything that had to do with my father, working in the pizzeria with my father, riding around in his car, fishing, dancing. My father dances, he goes over to the South Fin over there in Staten Island. He does the hustle.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, he does the hustle. He's a dancer. So he does all that. Childhood memories. My father, my brothers.
Yeah. How many brothers you have?
3.
Oh, okay. There's 4 of you, or?
There's 4 of us all together.
God bless your dad.
Yeah.
He raised all these.
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite food?
Pizza.
Your favorite holiday?
Halloween and Christmas.
Ooh, why Halloween?
I love Halloween. I just love the ambiance, the leaves and the hoodie, but not quite jacket weather.
Yeah.
The clothes is different.
Yeah.
The fresh air when it's a little cold.
Crisp.
Crisp, fresh air. It's like that back to school, early morning, late September, early October feeling.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, it's like a good feeling around that.
I like it.
Starts to cool off after being outside all summer. Finally start cooling off.
I'm looking forward to it a little bit. I can't lie. And I'm a summer person.
And I love horror movies.
Do you?
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
Horror?
Yeah.
Probably like Halloween, Michael Myers, any of them. Chucky.
Friday the 13th.
All of them. Jason,
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger, Chucky.
Yeah.
All the good horror movies. I like them all.
How about The
Oh,
Exorcist?
the one that I like recently is The Conjuring.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
So sick, and it's like a series too.
Okay.
It's like a series too.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So it's got like multiple movies, and it's about this couple that she could see visions of like dead people, and she goes to these people's houses and tries to like clean the house of like evil spirits and shit. It's sick. It's
I
very
gotta
sick.
watch it.
It's what's her name? Vera Farmiga. I don't know if you know who that is.
No.
She's an actress. You'll know who she is when you see her.
Okay.
But she's really good. It's a
How
really
about
good movie.
Saw?
That was alright. I like the first like couple.
Yeah, the first.
And like the Purge too. I like the Purge movies. Those are great.
Can't watch
But
them.
Saw was good. Like the first beginning ones, and then it got kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
But really
I
good.
gotta watch
Conjuring.
How about The Exorcist?
Yeah, of course. Scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. When she was walking down the stairs backwards, like upside down, shit scared the shit out of me.
See, I feel like you can't beat those movies.
No.
They keep trying to
Because they
like.
were original. They're
They were
originality.
scary.
Yeah.
This is some of the stuff today is just bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
like
No, but
chop
you'll
'em
like
up.
The Conjuring. You'll like it.
All right, I'm
that
gonna
you'll
watch
like
it.
And that's new. So
All right.
you'll like that.
I want to watch that. What artists are you into now? Is there somebody new that's?
Clever.
Oh, never heard of him.
Clever. He's new. He's signed to Post Malone. He was on Justin Bieber's album. He's got such an incredible voice.
Okay.
His sound. He's like Leonard Skinner meets fucking NLE Chopper. He's like rock music meets trap music.
Really?
Oh my God, his voice gives me chills. Kid Clever, and
Okay.
he makes dope music, and he's one of the new artists, like new generation artists that I really like.
All right,
a
I
lot.
gotta check him out.
Clever.
Clever. All right,
Yeah.
all right, all right. All right, hold on. We did that. I actually, so yeah, oh my God, I went through them all. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
And my son's graduation,
Uh,
you know.
career-wise?
I don't know. It's like kind of up in the air right now. It's everything's in limbo because of the music, right? So I could continue my career in the elevator industry and be an elevator mechanic and have the house and the kids and the minivan and go through the day to day and
Yeah.
work my 9 to 5 until I'm 60 and retire and then move down to South Florida and die at a 55, and you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I could take that route,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
I'm on it right now. That's
Yeah.
my safety net.
Yeah.
Right? And it's there, and thank God I'm blessed, knock on wood, to have that there. Or something can happen with this music and it takes me to the next level, and my dreams come true, and music is received worldwide, and I'm able to like retire my parents and retire people I love, and buy houses for everybody and shit like that.
Yeah.
you know
So that's your dream.
That's the dream.
That's
but,
the dream.
But right now, it doesn't seem like such a dream anymore because I'm living it out right now, right? So things are happening, not as fast as I want them to, but things are definitely starting to move in the direction that I want them to.
Yeah.
It's just, is it really gonna go all the way? Is it really gonna, excuse me, is it really gonna take like off, or is it just gonna kind of be like some local fame and then flame out? I don't know. It's the story is to be told.
So what is the right, being an independent artist? Do you want to be signed to like a big label? Because some artists that I've spoken to, they like to be more independent because they have a little more control of their situation. What do you?
I would
For
like.
you
I
personally.
would like to stay independent, but I would need every artist has to sign some type of deal. No matter if it's management, distribution, every artist has to have some paperwork with somebody somewhere. Because nobody can just do it solo on their own without any type of help. The benefit of having a label is that they have the money and the machine to put your face on billboards in Times Square and on car toppers for the taxi cabs and bus stop posters. Like, they have that type of money, that type of ability, which is why they retain so much control over the artist, because they put all this money out to push the artist to where the artist needs to be. So they're just getting paid on their ROI, their return on investment.
Right.
So a lot of artists think they're getting raw, but in reality, they're just paying for all the shit that the label did to get them to where they had to go to.
Right.
Are there situations out there where the labels raw people? Sure. Sure. But that's up to you and the people you have around you to determine what's a good deal, what's a bad deal.
Right.
So any deal that keeps ownership of your masters, that's a deal you want to take. You never want to give up your masters. You never want to give up your publishing. You want to, give up the streams is fine, but you want to keep your tour money. You don't want to give up everything. So that's just up to you to decide. But you need something, or you need an investor, and you stay independent, but then the investor's got to get his ROI. So you have to pay the investor back.
Right.
You can't just take the money, make all this new money, that when you blow up and not pay that guy back, he's going to get a percentage off of anything you make because he made an investment.
Exactly.
So if he throws $100,000 into you, he might have 20% of you until you die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a deal that has to be made somewhere. It just doesn't happen on a big level like that unless you have some type of paperwork somewhere. So
Is that where ideally you'd like to be, with a big?
I don't know. I never really thought about it that far, like a Drake level. I mean, I want to be appreciated as like top tier. So if that's top tier, then yeah, like I would like to be on that level. But you don't need that much to support yourself and your family. As long as you can make X amount of dollars a year off of your music and your whatever you're selling, your merchandise, and you can sustain and have a good life. Doing what you love to do. Like if I can make 120 grand a year doing music, I don't have to go back to work. I could just make music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Would you ever down the line take artists under your wing and write for them or do stuff like that, or you just
Hip hop, I would.
Yeah.
I would write for other artists.
Uh-huh.
I have looked at ghostwriting opportunities. I'm still playing around in that. I would, as I don't really care about being the face. It's not the face anyway. It's my voice. So my voice is what's unique with when people hear it. It's a sound,
Yeah.
right? So they hear it first and then they listen to what you're saying.
Right.
That's music. That's why Drake is so successful, is because of his voice. Jay-Z, Eminem, Lil Wayne, 50 Cent. As soon as these guys speak, you could have your eyes closed and hear
Yeah.
them from the other room, and you know it's them.
Yeah.
So that is the key. That is the key factor, is the voice. I don't care what anybody says, how good their pen ability is or how good their writing is. It's always about the voice first, what it sounds like. They hear it first and then they listen to what you're saying. So it's the voice. It's hard to write for another person if they don't have that tone, you know.
Okay.
So
You never know, right?
you never know. I'm into whatever. I don't need to be the face. I'll be the back. I'll be the behind the scenes guy, and I'll write all the records. I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as I'm making the same money.
Because you definitely seem like, hearing you speak and having this conversation with you, like you genuinely are creative.
Yeah.
Like that's the feel that I'm getting from you.
All
It's
day,
like,
all day too.
Yeah.
It's all day. It's constant. It's
Yeah.
constant. I get ideas constantly.
Yeah.
I put pictures together with words in my head all the time. That's what makes me so. That's what's helped me with the music, is because I'm cinematic.
Yeah.
So when I'm rapping, you're visualizing what I'm saying, because I'm saying it in a way to make
put
you
the picture
visualize.
together.
Right. It's cinematic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Music. So, and I think that's the best type of music. That's all the greats are cinematic. Like Eminem when he wrote the Stand record. Or
Oh my God, that was crazy.
You're picturing
Yes.
what he's saying.
Yes.
As he's saying
Totally.
It's cinematic.
Yeah,
So that's what
yeah.
I try to do. I try to tell a story and
Yeah.
paint a picture and give you a visual without a video.
Yeah.
So, and then it makes the video guy's job so much easier.
Right. So your videos, that's all your concept.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what I want to do.
great,
Da da da.
yeah.
All you got to do is show up.
That's it.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
come, they shoot and edit.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Very cool. So tell me what's going on next for you. You're performing, I think, coming up. Like, tell me about that.
So we got SOBs with Infamous Amadeus. He DJ'd for my release party, for our release party for Bad Fellas. He's throwing together a big show at SOBs. I believe it's on September 14th. I believe the headline is Tragedy. And it's all the heavy spitters from New York on the come up right now. Me and Frank are doing a Bad Fellas set for SOBs and Infamous Amadeus. Then we have the Sony Hall with Slick Rick on the 24th. Yes.
August or September?
September 24th.
Oh my
with
God,
Slick
that's
Rick.
exciting.
Yes, that's another big one. And
Okay.
then I have Benny the Butcher. I'm on Benny the Butcher's tour in October. So a lot of big things.
Exciting. Good stuff.
I'm hoping this is it. This is the next tour. You know.
I think so.
I hope
think
so,
you got
because
it.
I've really been feeling like I'm at like I'm done, kinda. I have been feeling that way, cause it's just, this game is.
It's a grind.
I know, and every artist will tell you the same thing. They want to quit 1,000 million times, and I feel like that too sometimes. I just want to say fuck this shit. I don't want to do this shit no more, because it becomes not about making love for making music. Now it becomes about a whole business and a whole like people won't even listen to the music to judge if it's good or not unless they're being paid to listen to it. So it becomes like this fucking pay everybody here, listen to me. And it's annoying. It's not about the talent, it's not about the love of music anymore. It's all about a business and making money. I get that, but it can't all, it just gotta be balanced. It can't all be about that. It's gotta be, here's a dope artist, let's put them on. It's gotta at some point give. So I've been feeling kind of like worn out. And kind of like, I don't know why I even continue to do this shit no more. I do sometimes. I do, but I do. And then there's some days I wake up, and there's some days I wake up and I'm super high motivated, which is most days. I'm super like focused, and this is gonna happen, and I'm gonna do it, and I get, you know, constant validation from fans and family and shit like that. But there are some days where I'm like, this is just never gonna happen. Don't matter what kind of shit I'm rapping about, don't matter how good I sound, how good the records are, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, it's just not happening. And there's days where I feel like that. And there's, you know, like I got all these big things coming up. So what happens after I do all these big things? And then what? And I'm still fucking broke, and I'm still like no deal, no fucking exposure, no nothing, no platform. What happens then? Like, I can't do this shit forever, right? I got 4 kids.
So do you have a cutoff? Like, have you said, like,
no,
by this time?
Initially, what I said when I started in 2018 or 2019, I said 2 years. I did say 2 years in 2019, but the COVID year is the year that kind of really doesn't count. Because nothing was going on. We were putting out content, and I've seen progression. So it's not like there hasn't been any progression at all, because there has been, right? So I mean, I'm getting recognized in the street. You see?
I know, you saw that.
Guy, I didn't know who that guy was in a fucking garbage truck, and he fucking like, yo, spit some bars. I don't even know who he was, but that shit is happening. So that's a sign, right? That it's not.
You're there.
It's not going anywhere. So people are fucking with the music. People are fucking with me, more importantly. So I'm gonna keep going until when I really feel like, all right, I'm done with this shit, then I'll be done with it. But my whole thing for getting back into music was always like, I never wanted to have the regret of not trying.
Totally.
Right, so my whole thing was like, I have this ability, I need to give it a shot, like an honest shot, because if I don't do it, then I'll never know. I don't want to be that guy 50, 60 years old and look back and be like, what the fuck, I could have done something different. At least I know forever now. At least I know, like, I made a mark, I put dope music out, I met a lot of dope people, I did a lot of dope shit. And even if I don't become as big as any of the other big artists, at least I know I did it. I gave it a shot, and I put everything I had into it, and I have no regret.
No, absolutely. I forgot what I was going to ask you. I was like, you were so into it, and I was no, I totally agree with you. You have to you got to ride the wave, because you don't want to look back and have any regrets at all. So I think that I think you're good. Damn, I forgot what I was going to say. I was right there.
It's all good.
Yeah, so I don't know. Is there anything else you want to share, or you're done? You're all talked out.
Yeah, pretty much.
I chewed your ear off.
Yeah, well, I got a session at 9.
So we're done. We're wrapping up.
Yeah, I got a session at 9.
All right, good. All right, cool. Thank you so much for doing this.
And thank you. I hope you like the pizza.
Yeah, I loved it.
And
how can we support you?
So just go on to my Instagram, _Staten, and I have my link in my bio, just like everybody else. And it takes you hit that link, and it'll take you to my music, my videos, my articles, my everything you can find out. If you want to find out about me, is all right there.
All right, awesome.
So, and just stay tuned. I got some big stuff coming.
Awesome. I love it. All right, guys, we're out. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to Cuzzin Joes Pizzeria for having us.
Yes,
pizza was amazing.
Yes,
and thank you for doing this again with me.
No, thank you. I appreciate
you.
No, I appreciate you.
No, I got you. All right, we're out.
Cut.
Cut.
And print. Beautiful.